This is the Two Guys Take Podcast. Gaming, music, and more with your hosts, Mike and Adam.
Ooh, we're live.
Episode 25.
Yes.
And
if you can't tell, this is our first video recorded podcast. Mike's excited, if you couldn't tell.
Our silver episode.
Silver?
Yeah, like this, like silver anniversaries is like 25 years. This is our 25th episode.
Oh.
So
okay.
our silver episode.
Okay. We are 25 episodes old.
25 episodes old. That's
This is season 25, episode 1.
Right, season 25, episode 1. Now, I'm going to start by saying, do we have our useless information tidbit for today? Son of a bitch.
No, but you know what? I can get one just as quick.
He's like, let me just Google this real quick.
I can get one by the end of the episode.
Let me just Google this real quick. By the way, the weather, Mother Nature needs to get her crap together.
I'm loving Mother Nature today, but tell me why.
Well, you guys had snow. We had rain. Terrible.
We, all in all, got probably a foot of snow.
That's amazing.
And it's nice because I was off today, so I was able to shovel everything, clear the cars for tomorrow, and not have to worry about being late for work.
Right.
Because like if I had to work today, I'd had to wake up like an hour early just to deal with that nonsense.
Yeah.
That's drive safely to work.
And drive safely to work. No dice on that one.
No.
I know we had crazy wind and rain last night, but it flurried and then it was gone. I was a little upset about that, but what are you going to do? But they're saying
also today we played out in the snow a good bit today.
Okay.
And I took my gloves off to help my son with something, and my wedding ring popped off.
No.
And it went right into the snow, and I didn't see where it landed. So I'm like panicking, and my wife's like in the back of the house.
Right.
And we're in the front of the house.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, I'm going to tell mommy. Does that mean you're not married anymore? And I'm like, no, just be quiet. Let me find my ring.
Don't say anything to mommy.
And then he plops down right in front of me, like right where I'm pretty sure it is. And I'm like, this is horrible. This is a disaster. And she comes over and she's like, what are you doing? I was like, I lost my ring. She's like, okay, let me look. And she like goes straight down and finds it.
Boom.
Immediately. It's the second time I've lost my ring in the snow. And the second time that I would have not been able to find it without her.
Really? So, she found it the first time?
Well, the first time I was outside and looking for it, and she was leaving in her car, and I went to give her a kiss and looked down, and my ring was right there.
Oh, and it was right there.
It was like perfect luck.
I have a funny ring story. It's not about me, but it's about a friend of mine. So I used to work at a day camp over the summer. And, as young 20-somethings do, we kind of like to do mischievous things, So we used to go back to the camp and swim at night. Well,
okay.
and then towards the end of the summer, we used to TP the camp, toilet paper the camp, right? So we're out to dinner. I think we might have had a softball game. We also had like a softball team. So I think we had a softball game. Then we went out to dinner afterwards. And my friend never wore his wedding ring. Tonight, that night he did. He's like, he's like, I put it on, blah, blah, blah. So we go to the camp. And now, we've done this for now a couple of years running, and no one knows who it is. And we get there, and we're getting ready to TP the camp. We're on the lower level. So the lower level has got a big, huge pool, big grounds, all these trees everywhere, right? And he winds up, right, like to throw the toilet paper up into the tree, and he drops his left hand, and his ring falls off. Now we're talking, it's pitch black out. And he's like, my wife's going to kill me. Holy crap. He's like, I never wore my ring. I never wear my ring. And now the first time I wear my ring, I'm going to freaking lose it. And now they're going to know who did the toilet papering, blah, 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 this whole big thing. I was like, all right, everybody stop. He's like, where were you? He's like, I was right over here. And I, it was like, just like what Karen must have done. I went straight down and I felt for, and I grabbed it. And it was
That's
right
amazing.
there. Yeah. But it was so funny. But it was like, he never wore his ring. And that one night he wears it, it's like, okay, we're leaving evidence. This is no
See,
good.
I'm so terrible at finding things. And like here's another good for instance. Today, my kid likes to bring toys outside, throw them at a random spot in the snow, and then try to find them.
Okay.
So he throws it, and his back is turned towards it, so he can't see where it lands. And then he wants me to like mess the snow up so he can't tell exactly where it landed.
Right, right.
So I see exactly where it lands, and I mess the snow up a little bit, but I keep like the initial entry hole
Mhm.
right where I know it's at. So he goes around it a bunch, can't find it, and he tells me go grab it. So I'm like, okay. I'm thinking I'm the best. I reach right down into that little hole, and it's not there. It's just gone.
Go on.
So then I have to like muss the snow up a bunch and try to find the thing, and I eventually find it just by dumb luck.
Right.
But like directly where it should have been, it wasn't
It
there.
wasn't there.
Anyone else would have reached in and
Right.
grabbed
It
it.
would have been right there. Right. Yeah. I feel that all the time. It's like, why me? Damn it. Always. Always.
Always.
Crazy. So I have a question.
Okay.
My question is, if you were to have any other job besides the job you have now, what would that job be?
Like if I got to pick the job,
Like if you got to pick the job that you are going to work in for the rest of your life, not what you're currently doing, what would that job be?
I have two answers to this question because I know exactly what I want to do because I hate my fucking job. And
So he's prepared, ladies and gentlemen.
I would either do custom woodworking,
Custom woodworking.
which
Okay.
no, I'm not good at woodworking. My woodworking skills are not anything great,
Mm-hmm.
but I would still very much like to do that.
Okay.
And then I
What
would
kind of stuff would you
also
make?
really anything, furniture,
Okay.
like the custom anything. If somebody wants
Yeah.
something, says, hey, I want this wooden box for my cigars or whatever. It's
Right,
like,
right. Here,
okay,
make this. I need a table.
talk to them how they want to design it and
Right.
then, make it. Or, and this is all also like one of the main reasons besides laziness that I'm not a professional woodworker currently is just because of the amount of tools that you need for
Right.
that. Like I got a
Mhm.
lot of tools, but not that
You need
many.
not that many. Right.
Table saws and
You need some heavy duty stuff for that.
planers and just all kinds of stuff that I would love to have. And anyway,
Right.
that's one thing. Or I would like to compose music for video games,
Okay.
like scores for video games
Mm-hmm.
that don't have licensed music. If they
Gotcha.
have somebody just making the music, I'd
Mm.
like to do that.
I like it. I like it. Nice. I could the woodworking thing. Um, I don't
There's
know.
like a therapeutic
Yeah, I guess so. Right?
element
I guess it's,
to
yeah. I mean, like art,
woodworking.
right? I mean, any type of like art, and that can be a definitely a therapeutic thing.
Yeah, not only that, yeah, it's just like just the like I like to do a lot of work with chisels and like
Okay.
getting like fine details
Hmm.
in is just like so satisfying.
You ever see those guys that make like the little wooden um figurines and all that stuff, and they just like carve out
Oh yeah.
like,
Have you ever
oh
see the
my
dudes that carve things out of pencil tips?
dude,
You have to like
I've seen that.
it's
That's
crazy.
insane. It's insane. First of all, how do you do that without breaking it?
Um you have to have the steadiest hands of anyone. You'd think
It's
that
nuts.
that person could be making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year being a surgeon.
I was gonna say you'd be like a brain
They
surgeon.
might even might be a surgeon's
That
hobby.
right, right, right. It might very well might be. Yes,
And
I've
that's
seen
the
those.
thing that like I feel there's a lot of people out there that are artistic but they don't have steady hands.
Right.
Like myself. I mean, I'm not saying I'm overly artistic or anything like that, but in certain areas of even, woodworking or, drawing or
Mhm.
sketching, anything I do,
Right.
I got shaky ass hands.
Yeah.
And it's almost like I have indecisive hands. That's just because of my brain. I'm always thinking I'm going to make a mistake. So I'm like always like
Gotcha. Right.
nervous, you
Right.
know?
I used to be able to when I was younger, I was very very good at drawing or even like looking at something and making a copy of it and like drawing it out. Now it's like stick figure central. I don't think I can't do it. I just can't. I used to do like charcoal drawings of like winterscapes and stuff like
Yeah.
that when I was younger.
I
And
I dabbled a little bit in drawing,
can't
but I'm
can't
not very, I don't know. Proportionally, I'm not a very good drawer or
mm,
illustrator,
right.
whatever you want to call it.
Hmm. I wish I could do that, man.
Anytime I would draw people or like figures, like I used to like try to make comic books all the time.
Yeah, yeah, I used to
So
do that too.
I used to always, make little storyboard looking things and
Right.
draw little scenes in them. And my people would always either have super long legs or a
Hmm.
super long torso.
Interesting.
And it was like I could never get that balance in
Hmm.
drawing people. Animals is the same thing. I'm
Hmm.
always really bad at drawing out the just legs of animals.
Well, that could have been like your trademark.
Could have been.
You know what I mean? Like, like certain artists, their characters always have like a certain,
Come
the
check
way they
out the
look.
artist who's a 36-year-old man who draws like a child.
uh, I used to do that. Like, you ever read, like, I used to read a lot of Garfield.
Oh yeah. I used to
Um,
watch Garfield.
yeah, I used to watch Garfield too, but reading Garfield I love his books, Jim Davis, right? That was the
Yeah.
artist.
Hmm.
So like all his characters kind of have a certain way they look. That could have been your thing. Long legs, long torso, long legs.
Yeah, you're right. It was like their torso, their legs went up to their nipples.
Right. Right. Their
Like
waistline is like
all of
up
John
here.
Arbuckle's family,
Right.
their legs went up to their
Right.
chest. They had high pockets.
Yeah.
Speaking of
From
comics,
Yeah.
that would lead us into our segment that Mike asked about
Oh,
earlier.
oh,
If you would
oh, oh,
cue the
look at that.
sound
I didn't
effect,
even cue the sound effect. I didn't even
which we're gonna
plan that.
have to think of some sort of new-ish sound effect or video something for
Yeah, we'll have to overlay.
the video podcast. It'll be boring the first time, but anyway, sound effect has been cued. Um, a British teen changed his name to Captain Fantastic faster than Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, Wolverine, Hulk, and the Flash combined. That's his name.
That's his name.
I'll repeat it again for those who didn't hear it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Captain Fantastic faster
Mhm.
than Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, Wolverine, Hulk, and the Flash combined. In 2008, the 19-year-old George Garrett from the UK legally changed his name to this incredibly long moniker, which was believed to be the longest name in the world. Once he decided upon a theme of superheroes, he just went for it. So, guys, let this be a lesson to you.
uh,
Just fucking go for it.
just go for it.
Just go for it.
Just go woodworking. Go
Whatever
for it.
you want to do. See, I've already started. Okay,
Oh,
I started today, and it was a miserable failure for many reasons. Okay, I'm making a box for my son to put all
mhm.
his little Pokemon figures in them,
Oh, okay.
so the dog doesn't eat them when we're not in the house.
Dang dog. It's always the
Because
dog's
we
fault.
always accidentally leave one laying somewhere and she eats it either way.
Right.
And for practice for myself. It was my idea. So I want to put it together using dovetail joints. I don't know
Okay.
if you know what
Yeah.
a dovetail
Uh-huh.
joint is.
I do.
Um, so first of all, don't have a dovetail saw.
Problem?
So I made my first cuts with a really rusty old, just regular handsaw for like cutting trees down.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Didn't
I said they probably
it
weren't
made the
smooth.
cuts and made the cuts to length okay, and I could sand down the edges, but it still wasn't square.
Hmm.
which is, table saw and a planer. Damn, it would be nice. Anyway, so I made my first cuts with a um, with like a bandsaw,
Okay.
and it was terrible.
Those things have a lot
But
of
then
flex in them.
I eventually got the first two dovetails cut out.
Mm-hmm.
They were two completely different sizes, and either way, I was like, fine. They're a certain shape. I can cut out the next part of it, and they'll lock together as long as I make the cuts right.
Mm-hmm.
I made the cuts right, but I measured them in the completely wrong spot. So instead of like, one board goes up top and one board goes here,
Mm-hmm.
so you measure on the face of the board, and then on the cross grain cut on the side of the board. And I didn't measure it there. I measured it on the face of the other board too. So they were literally just two of the exact same
Two of the
pieces right
exact
next
same
to
pieces.
Yeah. But hey, I know what I did wrong.
Okay. It's a learning. It's a learning
And
curve.
I also ordered a dovetail saw, and it'll be here Wednesday.
All right, there you go. That will make your life a lot easier for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
But I have started. And
Okay.
my wife also gave me another project to build. So after I finish this box, if I ever do,
Okay.
then I'll move on to the
You
next
have
one.
to bring that box for show and tell. I would like to see it.
I will. I will.
You're gonna stain it. You're gonna like, or you're just gonna make just
Yeah, I'm gonna stain it. I thought about
paint it maybe.
doing some kind of like carving. I might like
Ooh.
carve his name into the outside of it, because I got a really nice set of chisels for Christmas,
Oh, that'd be cool.
and that stuff's pretty easy as long as you outline it really well.
Mm-hmm.
So I might just put his name real nice in there and stencil, and then
Oh,
just
that's a good
chisel it
idea.
out,
I like
so
that
it's
idea.
got a little bit of texture to it, and
Right.
so hopefully it works well. If
Nice.
I can't get the dovetail joints right, which I'm practicing on some different wood right now, so whenever I do it, it's it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But practice makes perfect.
That's it. Practice.
But I'm
I always
starting it.
say
I'm starting it.
practice makes permanent.
Okay.
Practice makes permanent. That's my little thing.
Not always true though.
Well, kind of does.
Like if I picked up a skateboard right now,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do half the stuff that I practiced and perfected whenever I was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, because you're
there.
much older, and maybe it might be a fear factor
Yeah, but
too.
still it doesn't make permanent.
Would you be surprised? You'd be
Yeah.
surprised. You'd be surprised.
I did a couple years ago bust out the skateboard, went to the skate park with some buddies after work.
Mm-hmm.
And that lasted for a couple months, actually, through the summer into the winter time.
Right.
And that was, I hurt myself. And like nearly, like, it was like October of that year.
Right.
And that was before my son was born. So
Mm-hmm.
7-8 years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't.
Maybe
I
I'll
can't
bust it
be.
out now.
You might listen. I haven't skied in so long. I would like to go skiing, but I know I would break my ass. Like
Dude, I want to
completely
go
just
snowboarding
break my
so
ass.
bad. But that's the other thing that there's two factors for me: physical condition.
Mm-hmm.
I could be in better shape. Just say that. Just throw
Right.
that out there. I can be in better shape. And I don't know if I don't know how well I'd perform.
Yeah.
I've been away
Well,
for so long.
yeah. I haven't skied in years, and years and
Well,
years.
okay, three factors. And it costs like a
Hundred
freaking
bucks.
mortgage payment to
Yeah,
go up to the mountain
it
for
really
a
does.
whole day for a
Yep.
lift ticket. It's like $100,
Mm-hmm.
which yes, if somebody has $100 mortgage payment out there, damn, you're doing good.
Right.
Or you have a really small house.
Right. Yeah. It
But
is.
yeah,
It is
it's
expensive. I
expensive.
do like that life, though. I do like that kind of atmosphere and the vibe up at a ski mountain and the what do you call it? Going in and by the fire
The
and
lodge.
the lodge. Thank you.
Yep.
I was
Yeah, we got a really,
reaching for
really
the word.
nice. It's a smaller, but it's a really nice resort up around
Mhm.
us, and it's I used to be in ski club in high school, so we used to go
Oh,
up
really?
there on ski
Oh, that's
trips all
cool.
the time, and it was just, I don't know, it's just that there's a certain vibe and certain atmosphere around that whole area up there with all
Yeah.
like you got the people that are staying in the little chalets and
Yeah. Yeah. I
stuff that
love it.
you see walking all around.
Hmm.
So like it's a little community, and then
Yeah.
it's
That's
just like,
cool.
you know, everybody's just chilling on the mountain.
Yeah. Our thing was Mount Snow up in Vermont. A buddy of mine his parents had a condo up there, ski on, ski off. Dude, that was the best. Ski down the mountain, take a little side trail, come right back to the condo, pop your skis off, go inside, have some lunch, go by the fire. When you're ready to go back down, pop your skis on, right down to the ski lift. Oh man, that was the
Man, that'd be
best.
nice.
That was awesome. So good. So nice. The best skiing though I've had on the East Coast though it was Sunday River up in Maine. You ever be up there? Ever you go up there?
I haven't.
No.
The furthest north I've been is
Really
Connecticut.
good, really good. Oh, okay. Really good skiing up there. Good snow, almost powder ish, I would
Yeah,
say. Because not you're not really getting powder here on the East Coast. You know.
I want to go snowboarding out in Colorado, but at the same time, it's like if I haven't snowboarded in 10 years and I go
Mm,
to Colorado, I'm not ready for that because
no.
we got some mountains around here, but that's a whole different story.
Yeah. The mountains over there are just. You go ski into those bowls. What they right? They call them the bowls,
I mean,
and it's like
I couldn't
just
even
like
tell you the last
ice.
time I went on anything above like a green, what is it, a green triangle,
It's usually
green
like a
circle,
green
a
circle was a blue
blue
square.
square. Yeah, so
Yeah,
green
and then the
circles and
black
blue
diamond.
squares. I haven't been on anything above that since
Yeah,
like high school.
yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Still, Black Diamond's the only thing above that I've ever done, and only
Hmm.
one of them.
Hmm.
Still, I don't know. Like, I don't know how people can do some of those. My dad said that he was at this place in New York. I think it was called Holiday Valley.
Mm, don't know.
Um, Either way, he said there's a slope there called the Wall. That he said it literally just looks like it's straight down,
Oh
and
Jesus,
he was like up at the top, just like I don't know, getting in between two of them, and ended up accidentally going down that one.
goodness. I'd be like, nope.
That's like something that I would do.
Yeah. And the tough part about being out here is like everything ices up, and you
Oh
get
yeah,
the snow conditions here. I mean, sometimes they're really good conditions, but most of the time it's like freaking skiing on ice and it's just crap.
even today, whenever I was shoveling snow, it's like we got a certain base of snow last night, and then it's stopped until probably like 1 in the morning,
Hmm.
and everything underneath that we
Sheet
got
ice.
before that is just like a big chunks of ice.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
terrible.
terrible. My back is killing me.
Yeah, there's no way I could. I don't shovel. I don't
I
shovel.
know you don't shovel,
Well,
Mister.
I use I use a snowblower, you ass. And my snowblower is not the greatest either. It's not even like one of those crazy like, you know, propel yourself, big ass ones that you're driving like a Big Mac truck, like one of those.
I've
It's
never
not.
seen anybody on one of those,
No, dude,
but I will
my neighbor
say
2 doors down has a snowblower. This thing has got to be like a diesel engine. This thing is no joke. That
I
thing
will say
throws
that
snow for like 30 feet.
I was out front today shoveling my sidewalk, and the neighbor from across the street comes over with his snowblower and just whole sidewalk.
Right. He was like,
I'm
zip,
just
zip.
I'm
It's the
like,
best.
that's what up. That's what's up. I never even
Yeah.
talked to this guy, and he's
Yeah.
just
That's the best, man. The snowblower is
that's
the
the
best.
thing of those older guys that they buy those big fancy machines. They don't care. They just want to use them.
They just want to use it. They're like, I'll just do the whole street.
If I had a snowblower, I would do.
Every house.
There's like two main parallel streets, and I live in between them. And there's
Hmm.
like 4 or 5 blocks. I would do all of them,
Right.
up one way, down the other way.
Right.
It's good
Even the
exercise too, I'm
street, just go
sure.
right down the street. Like, I'm clearing it out.
Listen, no,
The plows, they
I
suck.
would, if I owned a plow truck company, I wouldn't do the streets just to prove a freaking point to the municipality for not treating the roads like they should be treated.
Oh my god, dude.
They've been
So
good every year until the last 2 years. They just suck anymore.
So half my street is in one town municipality, and one half of the street is in the other. Right. So my half of the street looks like ass, and then the other half of the street is like there's no snow. They clear it all out. My half, it's like, did you even bring the plow down the road?
That's incredible.
That's awful.
You would
Freaking
think,
awful.
I understand that, you're not getting paid to do that little stretch of street. But I mean, just put the plow down and just drive.
Just go. Just hook it up. Just do something. It's a disaster.
I get it though. There's
there's
things involved, red tape, insurance,
Yep. Yep.
sex scandals,
All that good stuff.
all that kind of stuff. I'm sure the sex scandals in the plow business are wild.
Oh man. Crazy. First, this is exciting, this video thing. I'm excited.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Just keep them down. Or talk with them. Be like,
Then
hey, skadoosh.
I definitely talk with them.
Yeah, I talk with my hands too. I could just be like,
I feel like there was something else that I wanted to say when we did this too, and then I forgot all about it.
I don't know.
Oh, I started watching a new show.
Oh,
Yellowstone.
Oh yes, you mentioned
Kevin Costner. Yeah, I said it last night.
Yeah,
highly recommend.
Somebody at work told me about it, so I told my wife, and I think we're gonna.
Probably I'm not about to go buy a cowboy hat and move out to Montana or anything like that.
Very good.
But it is a very, very good show.
It's very good, yeah.
And I've always been a fan of Kevin Costner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. I will say though, I watched
Bull Durham days.
Watched the movie Wyatt Earp the other day.
Wyatt Earp?
And that movie has some of the shittiest acting I've ever seen in my life from some of the best actors I've ever watched in things. So It was really weird. Like even Kevin Costner, I'm just like, it's just weird. It was just the whole time. It was just really weird. And then until halfway through the movie, then it was just like certain people learned how to act. I don't know.
It's interesting.
And it's a really long movie.
Yes, it is.
But yes, Kevin Costner's a great actor.
Yeah. I like Bull Durham.
Bull Durham was good. Field of Dreams was a great movie.
Yeah, another great one.
Waterworld, not so good.
No. I don't even think
it was an interesting. It was a very interesting concept at the time. But Kevin Costner as a half man, half fish, kind of weird.
Kind of weird. Yeah,
kind of weird.
It was a little bizarre. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Half man, half fish.
Half man, half fish. The two guys take half man, half fish. That's the name of this. That's the name of this episode.
Yeah, that's the name of this episode. I like it.
People will not be like, why is it titled Half Man, Half Fish? Now they'll understand.
Now they'll understand. Right. Exactly. All right. Well,
so I guess now that we know how easy this is to do, we can just do it again next time too.
Yeah.
Videos.
Absolutely. I like it. Definitely cool.
All right. Once again, we are the two guys, and that was our take. Oh man, that was the cheesiest thing that has ever been said on this podcast, and that wasn't rehearsed. That wasn't scripted. That was not came scripted. Right out.
It did. It was definitely organic.
That was yes. So hey, look, change is coming to the podcast. Stay tuned for more. We're gonna maybe get a new intro. Gonna get some visual effects in on this. So stay tuned.
Whole nother level.
Whole nother level.
That's it.
And if you're just listening and not watching now, head on over to YouTube.
That's right.
I don't know how you're gonna get there yet because we haven't even made that channel yet.
Right. But stay tuned.
So
check our social media.
Listen, eventually I will put a link to the YouTube channel in the description of this podcast.
I like it. Okay, good.
So check back.
And
make sure you subscribe so then we can get to 100 subscribers and we can be youtube.com/the2guystake.
Yeah, baby.
Podcast.
Love it. All right.
We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, we'll catch you next week.
All right.